Over the next 2 minutes, I want to talk to you about how you can use regular periods of silent focus in your classroom to aid deep thinking and independence. Now, we're probably all well aware as adults that when we want to think deeply and we need to really concentrate, that we need silence and we need no distractions. So our children are no different than that. So it's getting in the habit in our classrooms of giving them opportunities to work in complete silence, so they can really think deeply about something, and actually they're not going to get distracted by anything else. Also, they're not going to ask any questions because you want them to work independently, and if they get stuck, they have to get unstuck, a bit like they would do in an assessment or an exam. So the best way to do this is to designate some periods of silent focus. Now, for different age groups, that might be different. You might want to do it for a minute, 2 minutes, 4 minutes, 6 minutes, 15, 20 minutes, depending on how old they are and whether it's an exam question or whether it's just a small kind of bit of thinking you want them to do. But make sure it's designated and it's on the board and it says silent focus, and make sure there's real clarity before you start about what they need to do, how they're going to do it, because the last thing you want to do is set them off on a period of silent focus and then have lots of questions in the first couple of minutes about what was it again, how do we do it, what page was it on, what did I need to do. So get all out of the way before you start. Make them well aware that they can't ask any questions, and if they get stuck, they have to get unstuck. And then designate the time, so there's a timer on the board ticking down so they can see that. And then you also need to be quiet within that time as well as the teacher. So many times I see teachers do a period of silent focus and then a minute in they'll say, oh, don't forget to do this, and oh, make sure you do this, and make sure you've done that. Well, actually the whole reason you've done this isn't because you just want them to be quiet for any reason. It's because you want to aid their deep thinking. You want to create the environment in which they can think deeply and they can work independently without distractions. So you shouldn't be adding to the distractions. So it's about you being quiet as well and allowing that beautiful silent focus period where they can really get into their flow, they can really get into their deep thinking, and they can work independently without any distractions whatsoever. So give it a go. Talk to your children and your students about silent focus and create it as a habit so they know that when we say it's going to be silent focus, we know what that means, we know what the expectations are. Just like if you said we're going to work in exam conditions, they all probably know what that is. So create that as your routine, trial it with different times, with different age groups, and build it up and build their resilience and their stamina up so they can work in silent focus for longer periods of time more regularly.